Hello, I am Test Drive and welcome to episode 21 of Corvette. And in this episode, we're continuing on and actually finishing the professional arcade mode. All we have left is the 5 races for the C5 generation here, and then we are on to our final section of the game. So, let's get started. We have Angel Hills East for 3 laps for our first race, and of course, we are using the Lingenfelter again. Big surprise, you know? I'm just gonna use white, because I don't think I've used white much recently. Also, this is very loud. I'll turn this volume down. That I'm hearing, at least. Not that you're hearing, but I'm getting my ears blown out by this game. But we're finally on the home stretch of the arcade. Like I said, it leaves literally one section of the game left. And we'll see how that goes whenever we get to it in the next couple of episodes. I'm almost pressing the wrong buttons because I've been playing a different game recently. Actually, you've probably already seen it by the time that this video comes out. But yeah, it's the new game, the new Let's Play. Oh my god, why am I so bad? What is happening, specifically today? Blimp. I love Blimp. I'm glad to finally be getting into some new stuff. Not new Need for Speed yet, because Pro Street isn't going to start until later sometime. Don't ask me when, because I don't know. Probably once I get the actual 50th Let's Play I want to do all set up and started is when Pro Street will start after that sometime. A little bit after. Can I pass you, please? Can I stop hitting the walls? Why does this car seem like it's just hard to control? I mean, I'm sure it wouldn't be easy, but like, I've driven this car in Forza Motorsport 1 and 2. What? Or 1? 1 and 2? I think it's 1 and 2. And, I mean, I was able to control it at least. Enough. We only have 3 laps for our first race here. And I will take this opportunity of going fast on a straightaway to pass you. Now I can hopefully be careful and actually hit walls less, maybe. Still will hit them. Maybe a little bit less, though. Blimp. Oh, God. Let me out of here. This is the bad section. I always do it poorly. Quick little bit around there. This car seems like it accelerates way faster than it has before. I don't know. It just seems like it, you know? Okay, on the 3rd lap. 8 seconds better. Not too shabby. Why must I hit everything? Oh, car show time. I like just saying car show time whenever the song plays. It just sounds like a very generic car show song. Like when you want to hear like the Beach Boys or something. It's got that kind of vibe to it. Ow. Yeah, now that you're watching this, actually, Need for Speed Carbon and the 3rd, well, I guess technically 2nd actual Borderlands DLC that I'm going to take care of have been done. It feels good to get stuff done. I guess this will come out tomorrow after the first episode of the new Let's Play. You know what, fuck it, we'll talk about it. It's our Racing Evolution, because it's going to be before this anyways. I've never played a Ridge Racer game in my life, and I still haven't. Because it's technically not a Ridge Racer game, but it is a Ridge Racer game. I don't know how that works, but it's definitely not a Ridge Racer game in the gameplay sense. We will continue. I don't know where I want to get a thumbnail at. I'm gonna go with yellow. But it's an entertaining game so far. And that's the game I was playing that screwed me up for controls, because it's on the Xbox, so I can't just customize the controls however I want. So the shifting is X and Y instead of X and B. Minor complaint, very minor, considering some Xbox games have the black and white buttons as the shifting buttons, which is not good unless you're using a modified controller setup that actually has shoulder buttons, which I did actually have back in the day. I think it was the wireless controller I had that had basically LB and RB, but they corresponded to the black and white buttons because that's also what they correspond to on the Xbox 360 controller, believe it or not. I know there's an adapter to be able to use Xbox One controllers, at least, on the original Xbox. May have to put my money into one of those at some point. But I do enjoy playing the games with the original controllers as well on the consoles that they're on, so maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just have to deal with using the black and white buttons to shift up and down. But yeah, I guess we could talk about that now, since in the previous episode of this game, I kind of alluded to the fact that I was getting something different that would help with videos, and that is in fact a new Xbox. And by new Xbox, I mean I bought an Xbox that works, and took everything out of it that worked, disk drive and hard drive, and shoved in my old Xbox. And now I have the ultimate Xbox, kind of. It's the ultimate Xbox for my purposes. I might try and do the HDMI mod at some point, because that is a thing that could help with video quality, because I noticed there is some weird, like, interference related weirdness on the screen through my component cables I have, and they're pretty much the best ones you can get, so I may end up doing the HDMI mod just to have that clearer output, because, you know, I make videos, and having a video output that's very clear is very important to me. So, that's the plan at least. Oh my god. But yeah, it's been super exciting to have an Xbox back. I've been actually just using it just to play random games also, alongside of what I'm like recording. One in specific was Colin McRae Rally 3. I actually started playing because I was like, I want to play a rally game. And I guess since I'm not exactly recording one yet, I figured I'd just play one off screen. And I gotta say, it's a pretty fun game. The physics are wonky, but it is an early 2000s video game, so I didn't expect them to be crazy good or anything. But it's a fun game. It also works really well with the, there's a patch to actually make it run at 480p on Xbox, which is very nice, because it is one of the very few games that does not run in progressive format on the original Xbox. Oh my god. I don't know what just happened. So that's been fun. I've also put a little bit of time into just some other random games so far. And there's our stats. I have played Corvette again on the Xbox as well. I forgot that I was going to use these races as the thumbnails for the last one, but oh well. Where are we going to? Amboy Crater Alternate East for 5 laps. It shouldn't actually be too long of a race, I guess. I want black. Trying to use colors I haven't used yet, and I have no idea if I am or not. I'm just guessing. I'm not that up to date with what I've used in the past. And the greatest part about having a new Xbox with a giant hard drive in it is that all of the games are just on the hard drive now, instead of having to use a disk drive and having to wear out the disk drive that I now have that works, which is pretty cool. Oh, it's this track. Oh god. I don't think this is that long still. I think this track doesn't take that long to go around. Ow. I'm around you. Hello. Goodbye. And I am very excited to play more Xbox games for Let's Plays. Not necessarily like Xbox exclusive games, although there are a few, at least 2 more that I do want to play that I can think of, per se. But just games in general, because it's either Xbox or PS2 a lot of times, and I love the PS2, but I didn't grow up with the PS2, you know? There's also a nostalgia aspect of the original Xbox for me. A very large one at that. Which is why I'm glad this game was more like the Xbox version than the PS2 version. It gives me that extra nostalgia. I love my nostalgia. It feeds my neurons. So I hope y'all are excited to see more Xbox stuff. Plus, like, this game, obviously, I got lucky with the fact that it works well on PC. There's a lot of old games that don't work well on PC. So having a good console to play them on, aka the Xbox, will be very, very useful. Of course, there's PS2 games as well that are not on Xbox that I will play, but you know, that's not important right now. Ow. And I also got Insignia running, which was the reason that my Xbox died in the first place, or I screwed it up, was because I screwed up something with the files while trying to do the Insignia setup to play online. So that's all fixed, at least, and I can actually play online now, which is super cool. So I might try and do some of that. Don't know if I'll record any of it. Maybe if I set something up specifically I will, but it'll just be something fun every now and then if something pops up. Like this game is compatible with Insignia, so I can play Corvette on the Xbox online through kind of Xbox Live. And there's other stuff like Toka Race Driver 2 is one that I would love to play online, because I actually really enjoy Toka Race Driver 2. I actually loaded it up, and I was surprised to find out that I was 41% through the game on a super old save that I have, which is super cool. Because I know that game is difficult, and I know me and difficult games didn't really go together when I was a kid. I would just kind of fuck around on them all the time. But I did actually make it like 40% through the game. And that's another thing, I also copied over all my saves from my original Xbox, from my original hard drive I should say, because thankfully, past me decided, hey, I'm going to back up all my game saves, because they're in a specific spot on the hard drive, and put them on my computer so I can use them with the Xbox emulator, XEMU. Which is what I did, and then I was like, wow, a lot of these games don't work that well, so I didn't end up playing them much, but thankfully that meant I still had that folder of game saves, so I just threw them on my Xbox, and luckily, because I did it in a very stupid way, I managed to not soft lock myself out of certain game saves, because fun fact, the hard drives of Xboxes are tied to that specific console. Thankfully, with modding and programs you can run on the Xbox, you can actually put in like the hard drive access code kind of thing from a different Xbox onto the hard drive, so you can literally use the hard drive however you like on any console. So that means I got to use the big 100, or I think it's like a 320 gig hard drive, if I remember right from looking at it, that I got with the new Xbox. I got that with all the games that I had ripped off of discs on that new, quote-unquote, new Xbox, as well as all my game saves to just be on there. So we have like the ultimate setup for Xbox right now, minus not having every game that I want. That will happen, I swear. I have access to retro game stores. It will happen. I will get Xbox games. Fucking try me. I'm winning by a lot, by the way. I've been on autopilot mode this whole time. At least it's a sub 1 minute lap time, so around sub 1 minute. And there we go. Did I get a 5850 and a 5851? I think I did actually. Whatever, 5 minutes total. Not too shabby. And we'll continue on to our fourth race. That's Pacific Straits Alternate East. And I guess we'll use a custom color. Let's use the blue. The two-tone blue. Hydration time. If you're watching this, go hydrate. Drink some water. Right now. Because I said so. Because I just did. There's so many things I could have said there, and I'm choosing not to say any of them. Also, we're on the Pacific Straits for 5 laps. Oh boy, longer race time, but at least we're in a faster car. And I think this might be the actually technically shorter version of this track. It is backwards though, which is odd. I wonder, now speaking of playing this game on Insignia online, I know there was a lot of original Xbox games that had the unlocks for cars and whatnot tied to like actual game progression for online stuff. I may have to play through this game again on the Xbox to have everything I want or everything I need to play online. At least I've played through it, so I know there's things I don't have to do. That is nice. But I'll have to see, because I actually don't know. I've never played this game online. So we will find out someday. Hello. But I think games like Project Gotham Racing 2 and maybe even Rally Sport Challenge 2 are like that. Then again, those games are not supported on Insignia yet, so I have time. Plus, I pretty much have what I need unlocked on both of those games anyways on different profiles. So I'd say we're okay. I would imagine there's probably some way to pipe internet through this game on PC as well, if you want to play online on PC version. But I doubt anybody cares enough to actually do it. Then again, like I've said, it's a very easy game to run, so maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Who fucking knows? I don't know anything about the community of Corvette 50th Anniversary on PC. Very little to nothing about them. I would assume there is one. It may only have a very, 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 very small amount of people in it, but I would assume there is one. Another good thing about the Xbox and playing games on it that I just thought about, the fact that I have all the DLC for all the games I play. That's always super nice to have. Because there are various games that do have DLC, like, single-player content. PGR 2 definitely kind of didn't. I mean, you can drive the cars on the tracks, but that's it from the DLC. But games like Rally Sport Challenge 2 even has DLC that adds more events to do for single-player. So if you actually want 100% the game, and legitimately 100% it, you have to find that. Which I have, so I don't need to worry about it. I'm just excited. I love my Xbox. Being that it was my first gaming console of any sort, gaming device, I really am so glad I have it back. You'll hear me gush about it a lot in various videos probably, because I'll keep thinking about it. Especially in videos of games I'm playing on the Xbox, obviously. Like, yeah, you can play a lot of the games on 360, you can play a lot of them on XEMU, whatever else, but I don't know. There's something about having a working original Xbox that's just big nodders, you know? And as I've said multiple times in this Let's Play, if this game, or if my Xbox was working whenever I wanted to start this game, I would have played it on the Xbox, 100%. I would have not touched the PC version. But again, I have been pleasantly surprised with how well this has worked on PC, so I'm not too mad about it, I guess. It is kind of cool too when I transferred over my saves. Burnout 3 is one of the games that will not allow you to use a save from a different hard drive. And of course, since I said I did the thing with the hard drives that made it actually work, I was able to get into my profiles on it. And my profile from when I played through Burnout 3 is still there. It's not 100% in because I didn't get all the gold medals, but I am quite happy that it is still there, and I might go back and try and get the gold medals on it. Who knows? Maybe someday I'll redo a whole Let's Play of Burnout 3. Who fucking knows? I'd like to wait, if I redo any kind of Let's Plays like that especially, until the version I want to play, which is usually the Xbox version, is running well on an emulator, so I can play it at like higher quality and stuff. Yeah, you can play the PS2 version of Burnout 3, but I don't know. I want to have my Xbox controller layout, and I'm very picky, alright? If you haven't noticed already, I am very picky when it comes to games and playing through them and doing videos and stuff. I've gotten more and more picky over like the last year or two especially, with the fact that I make sure all the FMVs that I see in games are scaled right and 4x3 or 16x9 or black bars are cropped off, stuff like that. I've gotten very picky, and that transfers over to other things relating to games too. So, I don't know if it's all for the better, but it makes for more content probably, because it makes me play the games more usually. There's more things I want to show off, and I want to be more complete with my my playthroughs. Like, it irks me to this day that I didn't get 100% on like Burnout 3 and Revenge and Burnout Paradise when I played that back in the day, which was a really crappy Let's Play. So I literally did like 80% of the main like career mode, quote unquote, and that's all I did in that Let's Play. I still hate that. I will redo it. That is going to be redone as Paradise Remastered someday, but again, that's a someday thing, not right now. Because I didn't even go to the island, Big Surf Island. I didn't do anything past like the absolute minimum. And I'm not even sure if I did the absolute minimum. But anyways, less complaining, more winning races, I guess. Because we have won. 7.5 minute long race. Very cool. 7:55 for last place. I was 15 seconds ahead myself. Very nice. And let's finish up golding all of our professional arcade races with Red Canyon Mountains East Open Road for 3 laps. I want to use... You know what? I've actually probably used that already. I don't know what colors I've used on this car. We'll do the copper, I guess. Try and get something different, I guess. You know, I'm realizing the reason I probably think that the OBS preview of this game is at a lower frame rate than the actual game is because it is. Because I'm playing at 120 hertz frames per second on my gaming monitor, and then the preview monitor is on just an old like 60 hertz monitor. So I keep thinking about that. I keep thinking something's wrong, but it definitely is not. You know what's wrong is I don't have 220 hertz monitors. I mean, this one goes up to actually 165, but I've learned that 165 hertz mode makes it very unhappy a lot of times. So I choose to stick to 120, which does kind of suck, but I can't do much about it, I guess. It does support G-Sync though, which is cool. Even this game, I haven't seen any sort of what am I thinking of? Oh, I think actually I changed settings for this game in NVIDIA settings. I don't know. Oh god. I haven't seen screen timing is what I'm trying to say. Zoom, zoom. Oh god. Go away. Well, unless you be close to me. Drum solo. I love drum solos. Oh god, I turned in too early. Yay, second lap, 2:08. Where am I going, by the way? I don't know where I'm going. For some reason thought it was a left after that. Definitely was not. Probably should have looked at where I was on the map, if anything. My brain too small for that though. Oh god. Careful. Oh my god. I mean, sure, that works. I am facing the correct direction again. I was not expecting that. It's happened to me multiple times actually in this game, I think. Just a random spin that I end up going like 50 miles per hour in the correct direction after. It always puts me out going the right way. Well, not always, but sometimes. Ah, god. Oh, I just remembered I could actually, since I have my Xbox working, and I've mentioned it a bunch of times during this Let's Play, I can actually see what percentage I was at in this game on the Xbox. I'm thinking it was like not even 30%. I think it was like 25%. I'd unlocked some of the stuff, and that was it. I'd have to look at it though, I don't actually remember. Okay, around here. On to lap 3. Didn't really get a better time by too much. I am on the wrong side of the road again. For some reason thinking it's going to be a left, but it's actually a right. Don't ask me why, I don't know. I really don't. Let's get this shit done. I feel like this game was very heavily influenced by Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2's tracks designs, by the way. I just keep getting that feeling the entire time I'm playing this game. Like, it really feels like they just saw Hot Pursuit 2 stuff and they're like, ooh, that's good. We'll just borrow the homework, you know? That kind of thing. Okay, careful. Nope. We're good. Everything's good. Because even this track feels kind of Hot Pursuit 2-ish. Speaking of which, now that I got my Xbox working again, I can play the Xbox version of Hot Pursuit 2 someday. Just fun fact, I'm going to. I don't know when, but I mentioned it in Need for Speed Let's Plays, but I think between Most Wanted 2012 and Rivals, whenever I get to that point of Let's Plays, we're going to go back and do a bunch of the alternate versions of Need for Speed games, including mobile versions. So PSP, DS, Game Boy Advance versions, as well as other console and PC versions like High Stakes on PC and Portrait Unleashed on PC, but also Hot Pursuit 2 on Xbox. We'll see how that goes when it gets there. I have a lot of games to play through before that still. So what do I have? I have still... We got Pro Street, we got Undercover, we got Shift, The Run, or Hot Pursuit 2010, The Run, Shift 2, Most Wanted 2012, however many that is. But there's our final race done, 6:16:07 for our total time, and 16 seconds ahead of Josie Rodriguez. And here is our final, not our final thing actually, because this is just our C5 or yeah C5 Pro Arcade video. Get a nice view of the Langenfelter, but we should have one more after this. Right about now. Oh, maybe not. Won all the C5 professional races, and we've completed professional arcade mode. I lied. I thought there was gonna be another video, but I guess there was not. You know what? This will be a video. The replay, but I gotta take a thumbnail. So, okay, something out of what I took there will work. And here we go. All gold, all the way up and down and left and right. Very cool and good. So we shall save and check out our percentage, which is 81%. I feel like it should be higher than that, considering there's only one section of the game left to do. But yeah, there we go. We've gotten most of our trophies. We do still have 2 trophies left to get, I guess? No, 4, 5, 6. I don't know what I'm missing, actually. Oh, I think I know what I'm missing for trophies. We're only missing 2 videos, though, I'm pretty sure, because we're missing Mother Road Endurance and Game Complete. So, I guess next episode, we're going to head back to Special Modes and take on the Mother Road Endurance. So thank you all so much for watching this episode, and I will see you all in the next one.